Fraud investigations spreading now across the nation, not just Minneapolis and Minnesota, but we could be getting some insight into the madness in Minnesota as early as next week. I mean, the scale is stunning. The House Oversight Committee officially scheduling a hearing for Wednesday with testimony from 3 Republican lawmakers, as well as an open invite to hear from Governor Tim Walz himself next weekend. Don't hold your breath on that one. This comes as the head of the Small Business Administration uncovers even more fraudulent activity, suspending nearly 7,000 Minnesota borrowers who were approved for nearly 8,000 COVID relief loans worth approximately $400 million. That's chump change these days for the fraud investigations. Our correspondent Sarah Williamson has details.
Several states are now considering whether this may be a broader national issue. Lawmakers are requesting stronger oversight and expanded investigations into certain organizations. Let's begin in Maine, where a company there has now been accused of committing Medicaid fraud.
I'm here to tell you today that my constituents and the constituents of my caucus members have had enough. The tax-paying citizens of Maine have had enough of fraud, waste, and lies. We know that Gateway Community Services was found to have over $800,000 in fraudulent billing. We know that the money from the Lewiston tragedy didn't go to families of survivors.
Gateway Community Services was founded by Abdallah Ali, a Somali-born former refugee turned U.S. citizen and businessman. According to the Bangor Daily News, who broke this story, MaineCare issued the company a notice of violation last week and suspended payments whilst the state investigates what it calls credible allegations of fraud. In Ohio, State Representative Josh Williams is calling for increased scrutiny of public-funded daycares in Columbus amid allegations of fraud there too. Williams is running for U.S. Congress and has sent a letter co-signed by fellow lawmakers to the Ohio Department of Children and Youth requesting the following: increased unannounced inspections of Columbus area childcare centres, audits of attendance and billing records for possible fraud, immediate suspension of state payments when fraud is suspected, referral of confirmed fraud cases to prosecutors, and a report to the General Assembly on findings and enforcement actions, as well as continued cooperation with Ohio Job and Family Services inspections. Now, Williams also said that if fraud is uncovered, legal residents operating these centres should face harsher penalties, whilst non-legal residents should be deported. Meanwhile, in Washington state, childcare facilities are facing scrutiny after an ex-user named Kristen Mag drew widespread attention with a series of posts that began with this: there are 539 childcare centres in Washington state that list Somali as the primary language. Most don't even give a street address. I don't know how many of these are submitting fraudulent claims for state grants and subsidies, but I have a strong hunch that number is not zero. Now, it is important to note that whilst federal investigations are ongoing into the cases in Minnesota, no charges have been laid so far, and any of these agencies in other states, well, there's no confirmed wrongdoing there yet. But we are going to be following this story closely to see whether or not this does become a broader national issue. Back to you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is NEWSMAX. It's real news for real people.